Hello, I'm CammyG and welcome back to our weekly, daily season update. We've got the big update today with the Blasted Badlands and Hit the Road coming. So new season for Save the World. We're going over all of the weekly stuff. We'll go through some of the quests for the Hit the Road, for the ventures, all that. It's gonna be tough. We're gonna get through it. So we'll start where we usually start, in the store. Not weekly, with the limited llama is the troll loot truck. Say it correctly. So this is 1,500 tickets. It is effectively 3 troll loot stashes. So you're going to get a bunch of guaranteed legendary items. And as you can see there, we've got mythic phase shift. I can't remember what she's called actually. Fragment? No, that's not right. I'm sure someone will let me know. Can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, you can get a mythic hero, you can get some survivors. It's good stuff, but obviously it's a lot of tickets, so only get it if you do need that. Now we've got the RAD Llamas in the store. Probably go over that at some other point because it's going to be way too long to go through that now, but that's going to be your tickets for the next 3 months, 2.5 months-ish, from your missions in, ventures, stuff like that, and your quests. So that's going to get you a bunch of those RAD heroes. In the item store in the event, we've immediately got access to Dennis Jr. and another hero, but for Dennis Jr. that's axe eliminations are going to be activating Rocking Riff, or at least a chance to activate, it's going to pair up nicely with the Totally Rocking Out ability. And then Eternal Wanderer also in there at the start of the season with increased stamina, basically amount for sprinting, and then you've also, as the main hero, got a Flying Affliction and Damage Vulnerability. So we then also have the weekly store. So you've got your flux, you've got all your evolution materials, all that good stuff. We've got double on the Pure Drops of Rain. Well, more than double, but Pure Drops of Rain is the extra one this week. And so, you've got your week to get those as well. Now, moving on to the quests, let's start with, I don't even know where to start, to be honest. War games, just start nice and easy. So Twine, Double Trouble, Rolling Fog. So you should be all right with that, apart from the Double Trouble you might have issues with. But if you can keep them busy, you should be good. Plankton's Torn Apart Rolling Fog should be good. Canny Invasion Close Quarters. You might struggle with Close Quarters and make sure you're shooting that UFO. And then Stonewood Denied Rolling Fog. You should be good. But if you don't have those builds, check out the description for those. And then the Daily Endurance is Canny Valley. So again, check out the description if you need to build that. Ventures. We have your quest line starting there. So that's, I'm not going to spend too much time covering the individual bits on this, or this video would be like an hour long. You've got your challenge quest for ventures. So these will net you those extra venture XP as you make your way up through ventures. So try be paying attention to what you have, what enemies you need to be looking out for, what items you need to be finding, what missions you need to be doing, all that stuff. Collecting blue glow, for example. Try keep an eye on what you've got. You can obviously pin these if it doesn't glitch out like that, and then you can keep an eye on what you need to do, and that will help you level up in the ventures. Then we've also got Hit the Road, so this will access you to some new heroes. So the first one there, just complete while escorting Quinn. You've got Rex Jonesy as the first hero you can get pretty easily, and then Fossil Southie for escorting a total distance. So that's cumulative, I believe, so you can do that over multiple times, so you should be able to get him relatively easily. And he's a great hero for any of those Blast from the Past builds around abilities, like a farming loadout, for example. He's great for that too, so definitely recommend that. And we've got loads of stuff in here that's going to give you nice rewards and tickets and stuff focused around Hit the Road. But again, I'm not going to spend too much time doing this. But there you go. Now, from there, we will go to the map. So starting in Blasted Badlands, hilariously, Epic has given us a lead mythic survivor in a power level 124 zone. So if you can get up there in 24 hours, good luck to you and get your mythic lead. But I don't think many of us are going to be doing that. But at the bottom here, you've got your regular missions. There's not really much point covering these until we get nearer the top. But obviously, these are your missions that are going to give you that Venture XP, and it will allow you to level up through Ventures, get a higher power level, and get further up through the rewards. So if you don't know what Ventures is about, we'll get a video going for that, but generally the same concept as last season. So if you want to check out the video for the Scurvy Shoals zone, that sort of explains how it works, how to level up, what the rewards are, that type of thing. Give that a go. Then we'll head into Stonewood. So we're making our way through this now. Stonewood doesn't have too much great going on, so we'll just cover the 4-player missions real quick. So we've got Hero XP on that one, Survivor XP over there, and then finally up here we have Hero XP. Right, in Plankton, do we have anything a bit juicier? We do have a legendary weapon. It is just a pipe, but I mean, if you want it, I guess you want it. You know, you might be able to get some schematic XP and manuals and whatever stuff by retiring it. Yeah, you know what I mean. Copper pipe down, legendary weapon. Other than that, there's not a whole lot going on. So again, we'll cover the 4-player missions while I still have brain power enough to do so. So this is Pure Ducts of Rain. That's pretty decent for anyone in Plankton Canny area. That'll give you a nice amount of Pure Ducts of Rain. Down here we have Survivor XP, so back to the boring ones. Schematic XP, another boring one. Let's see, up here we have Survivor XP. And then up here we have Survivor XP again. So yeah, not too much great in Plankton, but it is just Plankton, so you can't expect too much. Now, in Canny, not even in Canny, there's not too much great going on in terms of rewards for the weapons. Honestly, probably just going to cover the 4-player missions again, because that's all that's going to matter truly today. So for schematic XP on that one is pretty terrible. Unless you need schematic XP, of course, in which case it's perfect for you. Another one there. And over here, anything special going on? So hero XP on that one. Any endgame players obviously usually have plenty of this XP going on. Another schematic XP, and then finally up here, hero XP again. Ah, lovely stuff. So let's head into Twine, see what we've got going up there. Twine Peaks. Right, we have a double reward near the bottom on this one here. So wall darts, Super Shredder, beautiful sniper. I really do like the Super Shredder. I definitely back it. It's very fun to use, so definitely recommend going for that if you can. These two are fairly boring with the XP. We've got 2 more XPs. Let's see what else have we got. On the 88 4-player repair, not that one. Here we've got Controller Harper with schematic XP. In terms of the weapons, they're not too great, so we'll keep going on with the 4-player. So we've got 3 epic, 1 legendary, and a Pure Ducts of Rain. We've got 4 reperk there. Up here we've got hero XP. So the reperk one's pretty good to do if you want to do that. There is an Assault Defender, which I went past actually. Let's see there. Oops. Assault Defender there, legendary, so it'd be good to get some manuals, or if you want them to do dailies for assault rifle kills and stuff like that. It depends what you want them for. Survivor XP on that one isn't too fantastic. We have legendary melee defender there, so that's another one where you could get some manuals or just use them for dailies if you don't like using melee weapons like me. On that 4 times, we have 4 times legendary perk up, which is fantastic. 4 times Pure Ducts of Rain with Storm Shard is another great one to do there. Moving on higher, we have Survivor XP and Reperk. Reperk's not too bad, I suppose. And then on the 124 Van, which is here, we've got Legendary Wall Dynamo, which is a fantastic trap to use on low walls to do some extra damage. Hero XP, and then 4 times Pure Ducts of Rain, not too bad on that one. Continuing up, in the 140 zone, we have 2 legendary, 2 epic, and 90 lightning in a ball is pretty good for that. Schematic XP on that one. Storm Shard there with epic perk up, decent stuff. 5 times legendary on the repair. That's beautiful stuff there. I definitely recommend running that one for your weekly and for that. Speaking of the weekly, actually, it's a trap supercharger, but I'll show that in a second in case anybody needs that. Evacuate has 5 times Eye of the Storm, and then here we have 5 times lightning in a bottle with a legendary survivor, and it has healing death burst as well, which is annoying on those loads of enemies, but there you go. But yeah, the weekly, I've got to show that, so we've got a trap supercharger on the 160s as well. And yeah, that covers most of the stuff. Obviously there's more to say about like Hit the Road and Blasted Badlands. This will be the first time me doing Blasted Badlands, but it's the same sort of concept as the other Venture Zones. I believe it's you can't naturally regenerate energy. You have to use like abilities, and if you like damage enemies, eliminate enemies, you get energy back. So that's one of the drawbacks, but your abilities have shorter cooldowns and do more damage. So, there's a sort of give and take there. Nice way to get people to come up with different sort of hero builds. We've already got a few going from our live stream chat that we've got going at the moment. So yeah, some interesting stuff. Definitely recommend Ventures for anybody, whether you're at the start of the game or in the end game. It's good to start collecting those superchargers and stuff. But yeah, as I say, I'm not going to cover too much detail here because we would literally be here for like half an hour to an hour, and I don't want it to be too long. So I'll probably stop it here. And if you do need any more info about ventures, look out for a video for Badlands. But as I say, you can check out the Scurvy Shoals one or any of that stuff. But yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. Hopefully at least a little bit of it helped. My brain is trying its best over time here. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in a future video or stream. Cheers.